questions about this stepmom. Little things at first.
You kind of seem to stiffen a little bit.
One by one, 3 parents becoming concerned about the 4th.
I thought that something must not be right.
Then a stunning revelation.
Do you think she is capable of hurting a child?
Based on what I know now, I think anything is possible.
Kaine left for his job as a software engineer at Intel. Kaine's wife, Terri, Kyron's stepmother, took Kyron to school in her white pickup truck. They went early so they could tour the science fair exhibits together with the other parents and kids before the first bell. Later that day, Kyron's stepmom, Terri, posted this photo on her Facebook account of her beaming stepson next to his completed science project.
Steph saw him, with his stepmom and looking at his exhibits and, just like the other families who were here.
Terri Horman said around 8:45 in the morning, the last time she saw her stepson, Kyron, he was walking down this hallway in his school on his way to his 2nd grade classroom.
It's unclear exactly who, if anyone, saw him after that point or where. But Ms. Porter started class as usual, reading group, then recess, then lunch. At some point in the day, Kyron was marked absent. At 3 p.m., it was time for the school buses to line up. Kids, tired from a full day, filed on board and plopped down in their seats, all but one.
Immediately called Terri, and I cussed a little bit, said, "What the hell is going on?" And she said that they went to the science fair and everything was fine, and she waved goodbye to him and he went into his class, or so she thought.
All 4 parents were gathered together, Kaine and Terri, Desiree and Tony. Tony has had a unique perspective from day one. He's not only Kyron's stepfather, he's also a police detective back in Medford. And tonight, he's speaking out for the first time.
I was watching the investigation right from the start.
Tony says that first night, because he knows so much about how police operate, he was walking the family through what to expect.
I explained to each person that now our lives are not private anymore, that the investigators are going to want to know very detailed information about our lives.
That's when Tony noticed something unsettling. He says Terri, Kyron's stepmom, seemed to bristle at the idea that she would be questioned. When all 4 family members submitted to lie detector tests, Tony tells Dateline he noticed right away that something wasn't gelling for detectives because they asked Terri Horman to submit to a polygraph more than once.
I thought that something must not be right. Something must not be allowing them to check her off their list.
Isn't it possible, though, that she was just nervous that she didn't pass her lie detector test with flying colors because she was emotional or upset?
There's
nervous?
more to it than just that. The information that you're giving, does it hit your ear and sound right? Does it make sense?
She wasn't making sense.
Not from the information I heard from her.
She couldn't explain to them for about 2 hours worth of time where she was or what she was doing.
And there was something else that gave Desiree and Tony a sinking feeling that something wasn't right. They say Terri's cell phone records apparently didn't match up with where she said she was on the morning of Kyron's disappearance.
That, to me, is strike 2. That's huge. There's starting to be some structural problems with what she's saying at that point. And then it continues to stack up.
As part of the investigation's new focus, law enforcement distributed a flyer asking people if they had seen Kyron the day he went missing. But the flyer caught people's attention for another reason. It featured a picture of Kyron's stepmother, Terri Horman, and the white pickup she'd driven Kyron to school in that day, and even included the question, did you see Terri Horman at or near the school? Scratch the surface and a more complicated portrait of Terri Horman emerges. 5 years ago, she was convicted of drunk driving and pleaded guilty to reckless endangerment because her older son was in the car with her at the time. Kaine says police informed him of a harrowing discovery. About 6 months before Kyron went missing, Kaine's wife, Terri, had allegedly tried to hire a landscaper to kill him.
I didn't believe it at first. It was something that I couldn't even wrap my head around at the time.
There'd been no indication in your marriage that things were that bad or that she was upset with you?
No.
It was a pivotal moment for Kaine, the moment he stopped trusting his own wife.
Do you think she is capable of hurting a child?
If you asked me before this situation, my answer is no. Based on what I know now, I don't know. I think anything is possible based on the way things have gone over the past few weeks.
Do you fear for your safety now, Kaine, for your daughter?
I fear for my daughter.
Do you think that Terri has more information than she's told investigators so far?
Yes.
About where Kyron is?
Yes.
And so your message to her now is what, Kaine?
Fully cooperate with law enforcement. Tell the truth.
When I heard that, that made the decision in my mind. At the fork in the road, we knew which road to go down.
It was enough for Desiree to finally say in public what she had been thinking in private for weeks.
We implore Terri Horman to fully cooperate with the investigators to bring Kyron home.
I absolutely believe that Terri Horman is responsible for Kyron's disappearance.
And I do too.
With help? Did someone help her?
We personally think that's the case.
Do you think Terri Horman planned to do something?
Something with
To
Kyron?
Kyron?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
While the world's been out looking for Kyron, allegedly his stepmother has been busy with other things.
Dozens of emails, including graphic photographs.
Terri was inquiring if Kaine was here working out. And then she asked if her daughter was here in our kids club. And the comment she made, well, if she had been here, I would have taken her.
You think she came here to the club with the intention of finding Kiara, her daughter, and taking her?
That's certainly what it looked like.
Hearing that, what do you think?
She's got some guts. I'll give her that. Now's not a good time to be doing stuff like that, but I guess I don't expect anything less.
And then a revelation about what Terri Horman has allegedly been up to since Kyron went missing that truly tipped this story into the realm of the bizarre. It involves this man, Michael Cook.
Kaine and Terri live right up the street from me.
Cook is an old high school friend of Kaine's. They recently reconnected. Court documents filed by Kaine's attorney allege that Michael Cook got involved in more ways than one. NBC affiliate KGW's Kylie Boshi.
Come to find out, according to the court documents, that Michael Cook was having an affair with Terri Horman 3 weeks after Kyron disappeared.
The court papers allege Terri and Michael Cook exchanged sexually explicit text messages and pictures. Cook has admitted to KGW that he sexted with Terri, but denied having sex with her. And the real issue for many has become, if those allegations are true, what was Terri Horman thinking?
When you heard there are these new court documents and they say that she developed this relationship with this man, that they were sexting, texting each other, you roll your eyes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess to say it tactfully, it goes to someone's character if you're doing something like that. I mean, it's disgusting.
Yes, officers, there's something wrong?
Have you seen this boy?